die with a clean soul, or sell it to watch them burn. At first you scream, then you cry. And in the end, when you've been roasting in the sun for 300 days, you just watch. I watch the sand move on its own. I watch how that thing studies me. I have no fear. I have no strength left for that. I just want it to come up at once and end this. I was the king. Now I am a wretch. I have seen everything pass. Merchants, thieves, people who before wouldn't even dare to look at me. Help? Forget it. They stop, unload their rage upon me, and move on to the city that I once ruled. They follow the orders of my bastard brother. If he wanted to kill me, he would have slit my throat already. That would have been a gift. But no, he left me here alive because he knows that memory hurts more than chains. If I close my eyes, I hear them. It wasn't me screaming. It was them, my wife, my children. He didn't give them a quick end. He did something worse. He covered the throne with the evidence of his massacre and forced me to sit on it. He wanted me to feel the weight of death clinging to my back before dragging me to this hell. And if I am still here, after 300 days, it is not by luck. It is because of his desire to humiliate me and watch me suffer. He won't let me die. Every noon, he sends a guard. A little dirty water and the food scraps that not even his animals want. Just enough to keep the heart beating, but not enough for me to stand up. Because he knows that if I die, his fun ends. But yesterday, the routine changed. The guard didn't come to bring me the dirty water. He came. He appeared with his personal escort, the worst butchers in the kingdom. My brother didn't get off his horse. He looked down at me, covering his nose with a silk handkerchief as if I were the plague. "Still breathing?" he asked. His voice held no mercy, only mockery. I tried to spit at him, but my mouth was so dry that only dust came out. He leaned over the saddle, getting just close enough so I could see the hate in his eyes. "Father gave everything to you, remember? The throne, the glory? He treated me like a stray dog." He paused and pointed to the desert. "Well, look where your glory is now. I have the kingdom. You have sand." He signaled his guards to leave, but he stopped. He turned one last time, with a smile that froze my blood at 40 degrees. I almost forgot. Your eldest daughter, Sihara. My heart stopped. I thought he had killed her along with the others. "We didn't kill her," he said softly. "She is too valuable to waste." She cooks and serves wine to my generals until she drops from exhaustion. That way, she will learn by force that in my world, she is only a servant. Maybe I'll bring her soon, so she can see her father one last time. That night, when the sun fell, something broke inside me forever. I looked at the sky, but I no longer sought the gods of light. They allowed this. They allowed my daughter to suffer. So I renounced them. I screamed at the ground. I screamed at the darkness. I offered my soul to anything that could give me the power to kill them all. And the earth answered. The wind stopped dead. My bare feet felt the change. The sand was no longer still. Something heavy was sliding over it. I stood paralyzed. Whatever was there with me wasn't human. It was studying me. It was taking its time. I felt the weight of an ancient gaze fixed on the back of my neck, calculating not just my flesh, but my worth. From the sand rose a black shadow. Its fangs sank into my ankle like burning nails. My body reacted before I did. I seized up completely. Then came that deep burning, something fiery forcing its way through my veins. The venom takes 3 minutes to reach the heart, she said, calm, hypnotic, watching the sand fall. That is the time you have to decide your eternity. When the last grain falls, either you are mine or you are a corpse. Why? I managed to spit out between spasms. Why now? Where were my gods when... Gods? Her laugh was dry. Such human tenderness. Don't be naive. There are no gods. There is only one creator. She came closer while I writhed. If there were multiple architects, this universe would have collapsed from their arguments. Look at it. She pointed to the infinite horizon. The stars, the cycle, death. Creation is perfect. It is a flawless clockwork mechanism. Then your creator is a sadist, I screamed, and the blood tasted like copper. He enjoys watching evil reign and dominate his own work. You see cruelty because you look with mortal eyes. This reality is not what it seems. What you call pain, the creator calls balance. She leaned in until her breath grazed my ear. Your supposed gods were just a filter. They wanted you pure, a martyr, and chained to this pillar to balance the scales. Her face changed. Her vertical pupils dilated, devouring the little light that remained. But her face darkened. I want you dirty and victorious. You were a just king, a clean soul. That is why I could not touch you. Your faith was a shield. But by renouncing today, by breaking, you have opened the door. Time runs short, fallen king. The sand is running out. Your brother no longer plays by human rules, she added, watching my chest stop rising. He has already made his pact. And it wasn't with a lady like me, but with that which has no name. She let a little more sand fall. Seconds remained. If you die here as a worthy man, Sihara will be the servant of his beasts eternally. My body no longer obeyed, and my eyes were closing. I am going to die, I thought, and he will laugh over my corpse while he degrades her. That thought burned me more than the venom, and I lunged forward and grabbed the Lameia's wrist, stopping the fall of the sand dead. And if I give you my soul, do you guarantee that I can kill him? I looked her in the eyes. I want no tricks. I don't want to survive. I only want to save my daughter and crush my brother. Do you have the power? Or are you as useless as my gods? She smiled. She closed her fist, pulverizing the last grains of sand. My power won't just kill him. It will make him beg for death. At dawn, the guard came to fulfill his routine with my breakfast, the rotten water of every day. But upon reaching the pillar, it spilled in silence. He turned around and ran as if the devil himself were chasing him. In the square, my brother was busy. He sat in his box eating grapes, while below, the executioner cleansed the city of traitors. He was enjoying the show. Until the guard arrived, pale as a corpse, and knelt down trembling. He whispered with cold sweat on his brow. Your brother is gone. The pillar is empty. My brother's smile vanished. He asked no questions. Rage overtook judgment. He spun around and smashed the pommel of his sword into the messenger's face, shattering his teeth. Bring my horse, he roared. He arrived at the scene at a gallop. He looked at the shattered links on the ground. They weren't cut. They were exploded. He crouched down and with rage, grabbed a handful of sand. He brought it to his face and sniffed. It smelled of snake. He looked at the empty horizon. Fear crossed his eyes for the first time. He understood what was happening. Any man can pick a lock, but no man shatters steel with his bare hands. This is not an escape, he thought, while the desert kept silence. This is an invocation. The fall didn't end with a crash. It ended in absolute silence. I took a breath of air. I expected sulfur, heat, rot, but the air was freezing and sweet. I opened my eyes prepared to fight demons, and what I saw paralyzed me more than the venom. Light, not the fire of hell, but a blue light, pure and blinding. I didn't see dirty rock, I saw polished white marble. Crystal waterfalls, domes shining like buried stars. It looked like the paradise my priests had promised me if I were good. But I was not good. I had just sold myself. I touched my chest. My heart was pounding. The pain of the venom had disappeared. I looked at the Lameia. She was there, watching me, beautiful and terrible under that celestial light. What is this? I asked, suspicious. Have you killed me? Is this a final hallucination? She laughed. The sound echoed off the perfect walls. No, fallen king. This is the truth, hidden beneath your desert of dust. She came closer and pointed me to the edge of the terrace. This is my home. We crossed the White Citadel. It was not a place of peace, it was a nest. I saw hundreds of beautiful and intimidating Lameias. They all stopped. I felt their eyes fixed on the back of my neck. They hissed. Some got so close that I could smell their hunger. Are they your subjects or my executioners? I asked, without looking away from one with double fangs. They look at me as if I were the main course. To them, you are soft meat, she said without stopping, pushing one aside with a sharp gesture of her tail. Only my presence keeps them from tearing you apart right here and drinking your blood before it touches the ground. Then why you? I looked her in the eyes. You are a queen. Why did you go up to the surface? You could have sent any of these beasts. Why risk yourself for a wretch tied to a pillar? Because a servant looks for a master, but a queen looks for a king. Any of them would have eaten you or turned you into a slave. I needed an equal. Someone whose hate was so pure that he could withstand my venom without dying. I do not seek submission, fallen king. I seek an alliance. She approaches a niche in the rock wall. She takes out something wrapped in black silk and offers it to me. An alliance for an impossible war, I murmured. I feel cold, not the chill of the night. I feel empty inside. I have emptied you of humanity to fill you with power. And you are going to need it. Your brother made a pact with the Nameless One. What is it, a demon? No, it is something older, something that devours light. She unwraps the object. It is a black crystal dagger, obsidian of the void, that absorbs the light around it. Human steel will shatter against its skin. But this won't. Obsidian of the void, forged with the pain of this earth. Take it. Do not use it against the soldiers. Save it for the traitor's heart. I took the dagger. Touching it, my hand looked steadier, lethal. I turned around. Before me, the ground ended. The black abyss began. Now you are armed, and now you know the truth. It is time to awaken your army. The bastard didn't return to the palace. He went to crawl before his true master. He rode to the Forbidden Lands, a hell of black rock where the sun dares not rise. There, only he has permission. His escort does not.
Off of me!
He entered the cave without looking back, while the shadows tore his own men apart 2 meters from his boots. Inside, there was no air. There was a thick fog that smelled like an open grave. He knelt on the black ice. You sold me an untouchable reign, he said, and for the first time his voice trembled. But the pillar is empty. What has taken him? The fog slammed shut. Before him rose a colossal silhouette. It had no face, only curved horns tearing the darkness and a breath that froze the blood. And then, it spoke with a voice that sounded like bones breaking.
They haven't taken him. He has gone down.
The cave vibrated.
Your brother has awakened the mother below.
That damned one does not come to the surface to negotiate.
She has offered him the nest. The stone legions that sleep beneath the crust. Thousands of warriors who do not bleed, do not eat, and do not stop. If they march against you, your kingdom will be dust before dawn.
My brother crawled across the frozen ground, desperate. "My men cannot kill stone!" he screamed, losing all composure. "Help me! I have given you everything. Give me something to stop them." The shadow expanded, filling the cave with an unbearable cold.
Then I will open my own cages. I will give you the devourers of the void, blind beasts that feed on fear. They will make his stone army look like child's play.
The fog closed around my brother, hiding him almost completely.
But brute force does not ensure victory. Come closer. I have one last order for you. Something that will ensure that even if he wins the battle, he loses the war.
I plunged into the blue void. But as I crossed the fog, the cold vanished instantly. I landed in a dead and dry world. The air weighed tons. It smelled of dust from sealed tombs. As I stood up, I saw them. I was not alone. I was surrounded by granite corpses, endless rows of giants that had been waiting centuries for an order to kill. I walked to the end. There was the general. 3 meters of stone sitting on a throne of rough rock. He held a sword between his hands and an empty gaze beneath the dust. I stopped before him. I remembered the warning. They do not listen to words. If your hate is not enough, they will kill you. I did not hesitate. I raised my hand, covered in dried blood, and slammed it against his rough chest. The pain hit me like a sledgehammer. I felt the weight of 1,000 forgotten wars trying to crush my mind. They wanted to extinguish me. But I didn't give them fear. I gave them memory. I gave them my brother laughing on the balcony. I gave them Sihara serving wine to the pigs. I gave them the throne of human skin. The stone warmed beneath my hand. The general did not reject me. He fed on my fury. A brutal crack broke the silence. The giant rose, immense, and drove his knee into the ground before me, and bowed his head offering me his loyalty. I felt a brutal weight climbing up my arm. It didn't hurt, it weighed. The stone began to creep over my skin, covering my scars, wrapping around my chest, forging a stone armor over my living flesh. Now, I wore the skin of the abyss. I looked at my army. They awaited my voice. Rise, we have a kingdom to burn. And thousands of yellow eyes lit up in the darkness. I emerged from the darkness. The Lameia was waiting for me at the edge of the abyss. She said nothing when she saw my new skin. She only smiled. A broken man went down. A titan has risen. I am not a titan. I am an executioner. I turned to leave, but she stopped me with a cold hand on my granite chest. Her smile vanished. Do not get confident. Your brother is a cornered rat. He will use tricks. He will use what you love. If he touches Sihara, I will bring the city down on top of him. That is your danger, King. Remember your armor. If you let your heart soften, the stone will break. The earth shook before the walls of my city. My brother waited on high. He was no longer eating grapes. He clenched his teeth so hard that his gums bled. He knew what was coming. The horizon didn't break. It was erased. A wall of sand 1,000 meters high advanced towards the city, swallowing the sun and turning day into night. We were not marching alone. The storm was our flag. Through the mist, the silhouettes began to emerge. Thousands, infinite, filling the entire desert. Shadows of soldiers and colossi scraping the sky hidden in the dust. And breaking through the curtain of sand, I appeared. I was no longer a wretch. I was the spearhead of the end of the world. Before the wall, his swarm awaited us. They were the beasts of the Nameless One, a plague of bone and acid. Creatures with pale armor and tentacles whipping the air like lashes. They drooled a venom capable of melting steel, screeching with infinite hunger. There was no battle. It was an execution. Flesh cannot fight against stone. My warriors advanced without stopping, crushing skulls and bones beneath their granite boots. My brother's army became a carpet of broken corpses in seconds. He watched from above, paralyzed by terror. When the last monster fell, my 10-meter colossi advanced. Their stone fists struck the wall. The entire city vibrated. traitor. Hand over my daughter safe and sound, and I will be lenient with you. Leniency? Sounds tempting, brother. The gates opened. My brother stood in the center of the courtyard, unarmed. He had thrown away his sword. By his side, and trembling, was she, Sihara. The embrace was desperate. I looked at my brother with contempt. He thought he had won. You kept your part. Now, I will keep mine. Bind him. Take him to the deepest dungeons. But my brother calmly drew a small dagger. Stop. I think you haven't understood the nature of our bond. You cannot imprison me. You cannot touch me. With a smooth movement, the bastard cut his wrist in the shape of a cross. Sihara screamed in my arms and brought her hand to her own wrist. I pulled her away and saw with horror that the exact same cross-shaped cut was bleeding on her skin. What have you done? The Nameless One has stitched our lives. If I get cold in a cell, she will shiver. If the chains graze me, her skin will fall off. If you let me rot in the darkness, she will wither with you. He approached me untouchable. So no, brother, there will be no cells. And he let out a laugh that echoed off the walls. Good dog. Now, make way. I'm leaving, and she comes with me. He grabbed Sihara by the arm. Order your monsters to stand back. If I see a single stone move, she will pay with blood. If you try to follow me, the damage will be permanent. And if you try anything heroic, my end will also be hers. I struck the ground with my fist, humiliated. I shouted the order. The Colossi and the stone warriors parted, creating a corridor of silence in the middle of the army. I had to watch how he took her away. I had to watch him cross the ranks of my warriors, protected by my own blood. Sihara looked at me one last time before disappearing into the desert storm. Her eyes begged me to do nothing, to let her go. The gate closed behind them, and I was left alone in the city I had just conquered. An empty city, a useless throne. Only the scum of my traitor brother's guards remained, and for me, I had no mercy left. The Lameia appeared from the shadows of the ruins. I warned you. I said he would use what you love. And he has brought you to your knees without drawing a sword. Shut up. I turned towards her with the dagger in my hand. Tell me how to break it. Tell me how to cut the bond without killing her. The Lameia approached and looked north, towards where they fled. We cannot do it here. That magic is ancient. As long as your brother has his protection, she is his shield. She turned towards me. Her eyes shone with a new hunt. If you want to save her, we have to go where the pact was forged. We have to go to the Forbidden Lands. We are not going to conquer a kingdom, fallen king. We are going to kill an immortal. Let him be immortal. Let him be a god. I don't care. He has my daughter. She is the only love I have left in this dark and unfair world. And there is no hell deep enough to hide her from her father. You decide the fate of this story. Do you want part 2 now? Let me know in the comments. I have already proven that I deliver. If you scream for it, it will happen. If not, we turn the page. The channel is yours. We have dedicated almost 3 weeks and sleepless nights to reach this level. I only ask you for a few seconds to show that you want us to continue. Smash the like and share. And a special thanks to the new members and the super chats. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for making this possible.